What is happening? What's up with our military, man? Like, this is the thing that our tax dollars go to. This is the thing that our tax dollars go to. What is happening? I thought this is like, y'all gonna learn why Americans don't have health care. Yemen about to learn why Americans don't have health care. Turns out they didn't learn shit. We don't have health care and the military can't even march. What the fuck is going on? Let's dive into it. Trump holds military parade as no King's protests are happening nationwide.
Trump's military parade through the nation's capital and the nationwide protests against his administration's policy.
I will hand it to the liberals one time. Not protesting during the parade in D.C. was actually smart. I thought it would have been better to show, like, I was wrong. I'm ready to admit that. I thought it'd be better to like protest against the military parade as well. And I'm so glad they didn't do that because they didn't do that and they protested everywhere else in the country. There were tens of millions of people flowing through every fucking street in the United States of America, in every city and in even small towns and like deep red areas as well, while there was seemingly no one, and I mean no one, at the military parade. And as you guys know, we watched it. It was the biggest failed parade of all time. I don't understand how like the current American military marches so poorly. Like I'm not an anti-parade guy. I say all the time, like the two things that I actually do think are cool are just like ginormous statues and also military parades. Like I've talked about this before. I think military parades are kind of cool. And holy fuck, it is shocking how out of shape and out of step the American army was. It's so bad that I'm not necessarily like a libbed up kind of guy who would say like, oh, this is, this is their protest. Like they're not marching. They're not marching appropriately because they're protesting Trump. And I feel like that might be one alternative example, or like that might be a reason, because it was alarming how out of step they were. Like it just did not make any fucking sense whatsoever. They were just schlubbing it, dude. They were schlubbing it. And I don't know if it's because of the incompetence or if it's just like the army just being like, this is stupid. Like we don't want to do this for you for your birthday. Who the fuck do you think you are? It looked so deflated. It had, I think, the opposite purpose of why these countries normally, like much smaller countries, normally do this like demonstration, this show of force. Like the reason why they do these big military parades is because they want to show how mighty their military is. And it's ironic because like usually the less you use your military for actual war, the more you actually spend time on these marches. And I still thought that the American military would at least like show up. Nah, the first thing you learn is how to do in the military is march. This was intentional. No, I'm serious. Like I know. Don't you march like all the fucking time? Like you have to learn how to march appropriately. Like it's one of those like old school things that you're supposed to keep up with, right? It's shocking. Okay, but anyway, everyone is doing the same thing that I was doing yesterday on the stream where I was like, the military parade Trump thought he was getting. And then I superimposed yesterday while we were streaming, I showed you like the American military marching and then side by side with like the North Korean parades and the Chinese parades. And it was incredible. Like the disparity was alarming. Like, that's crazy. What is happening? What's up with our military, man? I thought this was the one thing that America, like, this is the thing that our tax dollars go to. This is the fucking thing. This is the thing that our tax dollars go to. What is happening? I thought this is like, y'all gonna learn why Americans don't have health care. Like, oh, Yemen about to learn why Americans don't have health care. Turns out they didn't learn shit. We don't have healthcare and the military can't even march. What the fuck is going on? No aura. Zero aura. What the hell? This one was so fun. He was holding up the drone because he's got like, what, 20 minutes of flying? So he's just like, yeah, the battery died on this one. The drone guy. Bro, what is going on? If there's one thing I thought our military would have an accessible stockpile of, it's oil, and yet what? Oh, because of the squeaky wheels, dude. I'm telling you. And it was fucking sponsored by Coinbase, and the UFC, and Form, Dana White's fuck ass energy drink, and Palantir. Are you joking? And no one showed up. I can't begin to explain to you how perfect of a disaster this entire thing was, and how perfectly America in current day it all is. This spectacular humiliation of trying to do a demonstration of might while simultaneously failing on the optics front. It's a parade. It's the whole thing is optics, right? Like, before people say, well, our military is super powerful, like 800 military bases, shut the fuck up. It's like, all right, well then don't do a parade. You know what I mean? The whole point of it is optics. The whole point of the parade is optics. You can't just like do something for optics and then have it look this janky and then turn around and be like, well, you know, it's because we don't do optics. We just kill. And then don't do it. It was such a flub. It was a great parade. It was a spectacular failure. Get the fuck out now. This is funny. Clearly, this was not a dictatorship example. You guys overhyped this with the King's BS law. Now you're trying to clean it up. Cry, bruh. You are not being honest. You are a useful idiot. I'm not being honest because this right here looks like shit. Like you are like, nah, keep coping, loser. Keep coping, liptard. This was actually awesome. It got my dick hard. I love seeing our boys in camo schlub it through the DC streets. Okay? That's right. Yeah, okay. If this wasn't so ass, then why is there so much cope? Jake, bro. Okay, people are genuinely confused why members of the U.S. Army can't actually march in unison like the Russians or North Koreans. The reason why is because all these soldiers have real jobs in the military and nobody beyond ceremonial units ever does any marching once out of basic training in their tech school. These soldiers spend their days doing important work to defend our nation. They don't ever practice marching. Trump demanded they all stop being productive at their jobs to waste time and taxpayer money to march in a parade for his amusement. This is weapons grade nuclear copium. Like no one thinks this was good. Everyone, you can tell like how invested someone is on the Trump train. Like you can tell how fucking insane someone is, how brain broken they are in the cult they are by the way that they're making an assessment over this parade, I guess. It's like looking at this and going, yeah, the fact that our military can't even march like a fucking middle school band is actually fine. It's really cool. They looked sick while doing this. If you feel that way, you are probably in the cult. You are in the cult. This person is a lib. Yes, this person is doing lib cope. Liberals also love the army. Liberals also love the military. Liberals also saw this humiliating display and were angry about it. After engaging with U.S. Army veterans in the comments, I think I might have issue correction here. These guys do/should know about how to march and could have if they wanted to. They probably just didn't care about this parade at all with zero effort. Okay, so you undermined your entire point that you were making in the top here. Okay, got it. Yeah, they do marching and parades during military school graduations. They definitely could have put together something that didn't look like shit. I'm starting to believe that Felix's "a few good men" theory is true. And the Joint Chiefs are all Chapo heads. Yeah, the great officers rebellion is almost about to take place. I don't know. I mean, it was so ass that I think like I can't believe this is so ass that I can't in good conscience believe that like these guys are simply that incompetent and they just were doing maybe a protest. Okay, because if they're this bad. If they're this fucking incompetent, holy moly, is the most expensive military on the planet, dude. There is no comparison. There's no comparison. The very fact that we're having pouring this much commentary into this conversation also is a indication that it failed as a parade. Like it failed its primary purpose. Its primary purpose is to show how big dick and strong our military is. It had the exact opposite. Opposite reaction from most people. And the thing is, like, I like military parades. I think they're kind of cool. It's my least popular take in the left. Everybody always goes, oh, this is a dictatorship. It's a dictatorship. It's like, oh, whatever. It's like one of the things that a dictatorship does that's like kind of sick. Okay. That and big ass fucking statues. So the fact that we couldn't even do this shit pisses me off a little bit.